Hey everyone, the G.I. Joel here, and you know what day it is? That's right, it's New Comic Book Day. I'm really excited to share some of my pickups this week first, but be sure to hit that like button, give me a subscribe and a bell notification to make sure you never miss any of my newest uploads. And for all of you that do follow and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. By following and subscribing, you're helping me build my dream of one day owning my own comic book shop, and I can't begin to say how grateful I am for your help. First up this week, we have Origins Part 2 of 6 by Clay Chapman, Jacob Rebelka, and Patricio Del Pesce. We join David as he decides it's time to finally upload his memories and fulfill his legacy, much against the protest of his protector Chloe. In this issue, we learn exactly what happened to the human race, why the plants are trying to kill David, and what exactly his role in the destruction of his species. David has a heavy burden to bear, and his story parallels with the story of Chloe and her legacy. As David protects the human race, Chloe protects David. Up next is Seven Secrets number 5 by Tom Taylor, Daniele Di Nicolo, and Walter Biamonte. Another action-packed issue in the wake of the attacks of the sanctuaries. The Order is seemingly between a rock and a hard place. They decide to take the secrets somewhere safe, but it seems that they've played themselves directly into the hands of the Seekers. The Order seemed so prepared and always a step ahead in the last issue when they turned a sneak attack into an ambush against the Seekers, but I wouldn't write Eamon off just yet. Next up is Crossover number 2 by Donny Cates, Jeff Shaw, Dee Cunniffe, and John Hill. Donny Cates is really building out an extensive world in this last issue of Crossover. It really carries the same tone that made the first issue such a great read. And really the narration that begins to break the fourth wall has been my favorite part of this series so far. Cates has really set a couple of threads in motion in this last issue that has me wondering, where's he going to take us to next? The art by Jeff Shaw doesn't disappoint either, and really brings the whole story together in a beautifully balanced way. And this book was clearly written by fans for fans. Namor, King in Black number 1 by Kurt Busiek, Benjamin Dewey, Jonas Scharf, and Triona Farrell. In this issue, we see flashes of both Namor in the past and in the present. In the flashback of Namor's youth, we're introduced to the Swift Tide, a team of warriors that protects Atlantis. We know this story, and whatever Namor is doing in the present day has something to do with Null, and that's really brought to our attention through the flashbacks to be something ancient and even older than the Atlantean people themselves. What exactly is the role of the Swift Tide, Namor, and Atlantis in the battle that rages against Null on the surface? I was left with a lot of questions after this issue, and I'm really looking forward to getting some answers. Next up is Strange Academy number 6 by Scotty Young, Umberto Ramos, and Edgar Delgado. Doctor Strange and the other faculty members of the Strange Academy search the school grounds and the surrounding dimensions for Calvin and the other missing students. Meanwhile, in the swamps, our favorite magical pupils do their best to set free Calvin from the clutches of the Hollow, but discover that they may not be as strong as they thought. Action-packed issue, just about everything changes during the battle that ensues between the students and the Hollow. Next is Venom number 31 by Donny Cates, Aiden Colello, and Jesus Abertov. I gotta start by saying the art in this issue is absolutely insane. I can't even begin to describe how crazy it is. This issue picks up right at the end of King in Black number 1, but also ties in perfectly to the rest of the Venom storyline. We have narration from Rex Strickland all the way back from Venom issue number 1 that perfectly ties into the current situation. This absolutely insane train ride of an issue takes you right to the edge of your seat and pretty much just leaves you there. And finally is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 276 by the living legend Larry Hama, Nitho Diaz, Jagdish Kumar, and Jay Brown. This is the first of the new Joe series, Untold Tales. We join Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Stalker, and some of the other Joes as they run a snatch and grab mission to grab a scientist that's developing nuclear grade materials. This is a classic Joe tale that really reminds me of some of the earlier stuff from the G.I. Joe Marvel days. The Joes are escorted by a team of local rebels to capture a scientist to take him back for an international trial. We see the importance of duty and honor amongst the Joe team, as well as what the desire for revenge and vengeance can ultimately lead to when taken too far. Well, that's it for this week's New Comic Book Day pickups. Get some of the same issues, maybe you got something different? Let me know it in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks!